Hey guys, welcome to a League of Legends, another League of Legends match. This is Josh. This is actually just a replay of a match we played. I didn't want to comment during it because my game tends to lag when I'm recording during it. And so down in the bottom left, we have the blue team, which consists of Kha'Zix, Fizz, Jax, Annie, and Akali, and that was actually the enemy team. Up on the top right, we have the purple team. My friend Josh Thom is Sion. My roommate Jaden is Sawani, and I'm Jaina. And then we had two allies, Ashe and Fiddlesticks. And this match actually went really, really well. It's kind of a little bit of a longer match, so just bear with me as we go along. And we'll just kind of see how both teams did here. It's going to take just a minute for everything, to get going, obviously. And just to let you know, this is the first match I'm uploading that we actually won. Because we've been having, we just haven't been having the best of matches, to say the least. Alright, so down in the bottom we had jungling, Annie and Kha'Zix were apparently jungling. Collie's waiting in the grass. We had, for some reason at the beginning of the match we had a little bit of a mix-up. And instead of one person leashing for the blue buff, we kind of had all of our team, except for me, down here, just kind of chilling out near the golems, which, the golems, if you kill them, for those of you who don't play the game, they give you a mana and health regen, which is just really nice for jungling early game. I was up here at the top. I was placing sight wards in these grass. We've got Fizz up here. So to start off with a really simple build, I went, Fairy Charm, which gives me mana regen, 3 sight wards, and 3 health potions. And yeah, I know this doesn't give me any ability power or help me do a lot of damage or anything, but Janna is actually a support character. So that is not something I need. And right now, so pretty much all the battles have begun. They just, they're leashing the golem down here, just kind of finishing them off. Akali is taking control of the mobs because of that, but once you have the buff, you can kind of push them back. It's worth it. We had 3 guys apparently down there leashing for the golem. And I'm just kind of up here fighting away at the mobs. Fizz was a very dodgy character. They came in for a gank right here with Jax, which, as you will see, this gank did not go well for them in the end. I ended up managing knocking Jax down to almost no health, and Fizz to the same. So both of them are extremely weak at the moment. And what they should have done here at this point is recall, but Jax decided to actually attack me. I managed to finish him off. And, I'm also very low on health, but, hey, Fizz is low on health, he has to recall. I have range on him, he can't get up to me right now, it's early game. He's only level 1, he doesn't have any of his other powers. All he's got right now is just a little bit of a mob buildup. And honestly, that's not going to do a whole lot for him when he can't even get up to me, and I can just push back and control the mobs again. We had Fiddlesticks and Annie are actually mid-fighting here. Our Fiddlesticks had the Fiddlesticks party skin. It's kind of comical, as when he throws out his crow to silence people, he actually throws out a butterfly. And down in the bottom we had Sion and Ashe. And keep an eye on Sion, that would be my friend Josh Thom. He actually does amazing this match. He's sort of the reason we won this match in the end. Not gonna lie. Now, I started to have a little bit more trouble up in the top after fighting Jax and Fizz, because as they got more and more level ups, they could, jump onto me and just generally take me down, because I'm a squishy healer support character. And I didn't really have a lot of good items to start out with, so I didn't have a lot I could do to fight back against them. But, I just kind of played it really cautiously. I think I had to recall here at this point, or I died. I don't remember which. And Annie is kind of dominating the mid. Fiddlesticks has died. I managed to kill somebody up top when it was, can't remember who I killed first. But as you can see, Sion and Ashe were pushing the bottom really hard. If you take a look at Sion's build really quick, he went for Critical Strike first, which can build up into an attack speed item, which, as I've said before in a video, I don't think I actually uploaded it, but, a character like Sion, he revolves around each kill, he gets more health, and as long as, he pretty much, so he doesn't need to buy tank items, he can just buy straight up attack and lifesteal items, and his lifesteal mixed with all the life he gets from everything else, he can dominate really simply, and it's just not much of a big deal. Alright, now the purple team is ahead in kills, and they're actually ahead in kills most of the match. I mean, sorry, not the purple team, the blue team. Purple, we're ahead right now, but the blue team pulls forward and comes ahead in most of the match, sorry. Let's have a little trouble remembering this sometimes. Fiddlesticks usually has better mob control than Annie when they're in mid-fighting, just because Fiddlesticks can silence, Annie can't, and Fiddlesticks, I mean, they both have AoE, but Fiddlesticks is generally longer range than Annie, and can silence so incredibly easily. And up here, I was just kind of fighting with Sewanee for control of the lane. Jack's just keeping us away from the turret. I stupidly took a shot there, but I mean, you guys, it's me. I mean, you can't expect great things out of this. I mean, I'm like a very average gamer, especially when it comes to League of Legends, unless I'm playing somebody I really, really know. The most ridiculous thing about this match, and my favorite part, and that you will probably never see anybody ever get, is I got up to moments in this match where I would have above 1,000 movement speed. I got up to almost 1,075 movement speed at one point. And here, I believe I died just because they kind of flanked both ways, and there wasn't a lot I could do to get away. I mean, you know, I can slow them, cast Tornado, throw them up in the air, but in the end that's not going to do a lot when you have guys who can just bounce up into you. And the turret, I mean, yeah, dealt a lot of damage. It wasn't going to be a killing blow, though, obviously. And then we have Sion and Akali kind of bottling at the bottom. Kha'Zix not doing very good. Sion manages to pick up another kill there. Getting destroyed by the turret. Sion having a little bit of trouble with Akali just because he can't really get up to her that well because she has range attack. Josh, tell me how you felt about this whole match with Sion, like, in the early game.
Well, I was just playing really careful and all, but, what's his name? Kha'Zix, he just kept just recklessly attacking me, and, like, that time when he jumped into the turret, I mean, all I had to do was stun him, and he was just dead. It was just like, okay, I'm fine with that.
It's like, hey, free kill for me, guys. Yeah, exactly. I'm down with this. And in the top, I think top is where we're struggling the most, just because Sewanee had some bad luck with final hits, and she hadn't been able to really catch up, so she didn't have a lot of health to tank. And then they would just focus down me most of the a lot of the time at first, just because, you know, I'm a squishy healer. I mean, you usually want to kill the support units first. That's how it goes. If you can manage to get them to force them to focus the tank, then you're in good shape. But most players around this rank, because we played this game a lot, we may not be amazing at it, but we played it a lot, so we're really high levels. And so the players we're playing against, they know what they're doing. They know which guy to focus down first. It's just how it goes. See, like, Jax jumps on me right there. Actually has to hop away because Sewanee deals a lot of damage right now. And as you can see, Kha'Zix is moving up for the gank. Fiddlestick warned us, but we didn't pay attention. I think we were just really, really focused, and we didn't notice that he was pinging that his enemy was missing. And so they ended up picking up another kill there. And then, as you can see, Sion just going to town on the bottom. His ultimate revolves around, like, just more lifesteal. It just gives him insane attack damage and a lot of lifesteal. It pretty much makes him invincible as long as there's somebody in range of him. The only real way to beat Sion is to be a kiter with, like, lots of stuns or snares. Like, most melee units just cannot take on Sion just because of how he's built. Like, he's built to be the anti-melee unit. Up here at top, we had a massive battle that didn't go very well because they had 4 of their heroes up here. And life was just not favoring us that day. I think Ashe managed to get away here, or at least survive. I mean, she's surviving right now. I didn't really watch this. I don't know what's going on. I had died, so I'm moving back into the battlefield. And so they've definitely got a hold on top, but we did enough to where they can't really push, and Sion's managing to have a pretty good bottom game so far. Fiddlesticks and Sewanee had just respawned. And if you look at my build again, I don't have a lot of ability power. I have a movement speed, something that gives me more mana every time I cast, which eventually builds into a nice ability power item. And then only one item that actually increases my ability power, the blasting one, which is only 40. It's not huge, but it's definitely something. It gives you a little bit of an edge. Your spells definitely do more damage. The enemy team's obviously worst player right now is Kha'Zix. I mean, just look at his 0 kills, 3 deaths. His items are horrible. He has the longsword, which is one of the very basic items, the hunter's machete, and boots of speed. So pretty much he does a little bit. It's already 10 minutes into the game, and he only has those couple of items, which comes to an item cost of about 1,050. Which at 10 minutes, my item cost, one of my items is 860, that one's about 700, and then I have another 350, so as you can tell, like, everybody's just quite a bit ahead of him at the moment. Fiddlestick's trying to finish picking up a few kills here. He manages to snipe 2 heroes, actually. I didn't notice that. And then he's taking on Fizz, but just the combined might of Annie's bear. Oh, he almost manages to destroy Annie. Sorry, that wasn't Fizz, that was Annie. I don't know what I was thinking. Almost manages to destroy Annie there. Just very little health left on her. As you can see. Yeah, she had 80 hit points left.
Totally taking another cheesesteak.
Oh, it's okay. And so up at the top, we see Sion once again struggling to deal with the range of Akali at the moment. But, you know, their mob's got a little bit of dominance over right now. Sion running in, losing quite a bit of health to Akali's burst damage, but activating his ultimate, Sion has restored all his health, pretty much destroying Akali at this point. She can't really fight him while he's in this form. And then Sion gets the stun, and I think he actually finishes her off. No, maybe not quite. Really close, though. Oh, then Ashe comes in. Kha'Zix came in for a gank and just couldn't quite pull it off. Manages to get sniped by Sion once again. Now, if we take a look at Sion really quick, Sion currently has 2 kills and 0 deaths. It's kind of a really good position to be in with him. I managed to die again on top. I wasn't having such a hot early game. I definitely warmed up a lot more late game. I'm going 2-4 right now, so at least I have some kills. Sawani having a rough time with 0 kills and 3 deaths, but not quite as rough as Kha'Zix, who has 1 kill and 5 deaths.
I should have been facing him.
Yeah, as my roommate said, he wished he would have been fighting Kha'Zix the whole time. Because those two were very... I would say, even though Sawani's having bad luck, definitely in better shape than Kha'Zix right now.
Dominating.
Kha'Zix, for some reason, pinging the bottom a lot, but I'm not really sure why. I managed to kill Jax, and Jax killed me at the same time. We kind of missed that, but what happened is he was in the turret, and I managed to knock him airborne and slow him near the turret, and he managed to kill me, but the turret finished him off, so it gave me the kill.
Rampage.
And what I built is the Archangel Staff, which gives me mana, ability power, and mana regen, which is really what I wanted. And it gives me more ability power based on 3% of my maximum mana. And it gives me more mana each time I cast an ability, up to 750 mana cap. So that was pretty much my biggest ability item throughout the whole game. A lot of the other items I get, they all included movement speed in them. Yeah, they had other effects, but I bought them for the movement speed because Jaina has a power right here, Zephyr, and increases movement speed every time you level it up by a percentage. And it can also be cast to slow the enemies, but then you lose the speed boost. But it's really nice for fleeing, for enemies who are trying to get away. Managing to pick Annie up in a nice tornado there. She's really low on health. I believe she had to retreat here. Akali just trying to go to town on this mob here, but can't because it's stuck awkwardly between the turrets and her mob. So she's attempting to move forward here. I mean, she's going to do some damage to the turret, but not really what she needs to. Sion in major trouble down here, activating the ultimate, barely able to pick off Jax. Kha'Zix charging in, and unfortunately Kha'Zix is just incredibly useless this match. She was their worst player, and even though Sion's low on health, manages to completely dominate him and actually gain more health back than he lost. So Sion completely dominated at this point with 5 kills and 0 deaths. The only person on the enemy team with more kills is Jax, but he also has 4 deaths and just got killed by Sion. Swanee and I were mid-fighting here too. Fizz is a really good ability power carry, and he's really good at kind of keeping you back. Like, he can dash in, do damage, and then leap out of the range. Casters are a lot better against him. He's really good against dodging melee characters and kind of whittling them down until he can cast his ultimate and take them out. But against support range characters like Jaina, he suffers a lot because he really, like, he's sort of a melee caster. Like, he has to get up to you to hit you, but he can jump out of the way, but he still does have to get up to you. And him getting up to you is a big problem for him usually. Akali not usually having too much trouble with Jaina because Akali's really good at dashing around. Here I should have retreated, I think. Yeah, I pull out here. Fel Dragoon, once again, fighting with Kha'Zix. Sejuani versus Kha'Zix. Unfortunately, he would have had this, I think, except that Jax comes in. Went to save him, didn't quite work out. Sion moving down the side, the enemies don't know where he is. Jax and Kha'Zix are both really weakened. Sion attempting to flank Jax. He throws down a sight ward. Sion manages to stun, I slow him, and he's gone. Almost sniping me there with his last shot, but, I mean, he was so low on health, one hit was going to kill him. But at least, he just kind of figured, hey, I'm going to die anyways, might as well do a lot of damage going out, and that's actually a really good strategy. A lot of people are just like, oh no, I'm so low on health and I'm obviously going to die, so I'm just going to keep running and hope somebody magically saves me. None of his allies were near, he knew that he wasn't going to survive no matter what, so he just kind of said, screw it, I'm going to go for it, see what I can make happen. Fizz has been building himself, if you take a look at his build, Fizz has lots of ability powers and mana, but really no health to speak of. So even my weak spells with almost no ability power, managing to do massive damage to him. And here's where I get the Boots of Mobility Home Guard bonus. As you can see, you move ridiculously fast. And as I got more items as time went on that increased my movement speed even more. Like, I believe at that point I was moving at 800 some movement speed. And like, on average I have 440 movement speed in combat. I believe I have a little bit above 500 when I'm out of combat, just because that's how the mobility boots work. And whenever I go back to base, I gain just a ton of movement speed. Fel Dragoon once again having not a good engagement when he decides to take on their entire team. That just never goes well. And if you notice, I'm not aggressive with Jaina at all. I just tend to farm off of minions and just slow and throw the enemies up in the air just to irritate them as much whenever possible. Some reason Annie walking her bear into the turret for a moment there. Just like, hey guy, I think you can destroy this, why don't you just go for it? Not realizing that, hey man, we've got Sion here. Sion being a total boss at this point, being massively fed, taking on their team, and just completely dominating them. I managed to die there because Katrina's really good at dashing and taking me out. And Akali just being a sneaky little bastard. And they actually managed to whittle Sion down a lot. And still, his ultimate just completely shutting the enemy team down, picking him up with another kill. I haven't respawned yet. I mean, I did decent this match, but I played as in a support character played, which means I'm not in a lot of the big battles that you see. I kind of go around just casting shields on my allies, disabling enemies whenever I can. And that's just kind of how it goes. There I am again. Hang on, I want to go back a couple of I need to go back a couple of seconds. I really want to see, like, what kind of movement speed I got there. Alright, so 15 seconds slide spawn. I really want to see how high my movement speed had gotten at this window, because it had gotten pretty ridiculously high. Sion just tanking through everything, restoring health all the time. Alright, so I'm about to spawn here in just 1 second. Alright, I'm spawning, and yeah, at this point, my movement speed was 933 at its max. And as you can see, you move pretty damn fast. Ashe and Fiddlesticks managing to almost destroy another turret here. I don't know if they actually got... Oh yeah, they actually managed to get it here. Backing up. And I managed to get here just now. Considering I'm sort of ridiculously fast. Didn't actually take me very long to get there. Throwing that guy airborne, he just does no... I mean, their Kha'Zix was awful. He just couldn't do anything. Alright, so we have all 5 of their team charging the middle right now. 3 of us desperately trying to retreat. Managing to actually almost kill Fizz there at this point. Not sure what I was thinking there when I turned around all of a sudden, but it wasn't a good idea. Sion moving back in. If he can get here, I mean, what can they do? Macaulay moving around the side for the flank. Probably going to target me down again. She seemed to have a habit of doing that each time. Couldn't really get away from her. This time I did, though, because Fell Dragoon managed to come in and just totally freeze her in place. So we definitely won that battle. We kind of scattered their team, managed to pick up a kill. Jax went down to jungling. Annie, Kha'Zix, and Fizz all just went back straight up to turtle their turret. Because, I mean, what else can they do at this point? And the kills are actually really even, 22 to 22. Purple team's actually made a lot more money in general if you look at it, though. Almost 6,000 more gold. And I was up here killing this off because I came up here to get the golem buff, okay? And it showed that he was there. And then I realized somebody just hadn't killed the last lizard. So there was no golem, just one of the dang little lizards. And I know it was a waste of time, but I was in a really bad mood from that. And I decided to just, you know, it needs to die. And right here, I'm just kind of, you know, trying to destroy this turret when all of a sudden I realize, hey, my allies just died in the mid. Obviously, these enemies are going to go for me. I should probably just get out of here. And I start to recall. But unfortunately, you know, just didn't quite make it. I'm going to speed the match up here for a minute. So everybody kind of pulled back and recalled. And as you can see, the heroes, like down on the minimap in the bottom right, you can see the heroes are just kind of wandering around the map. Fizz is looking for a dragon kill. Happened to be, we just finished the dragon, actually. And then once again, we've all gathered up, if you can see, in mid. Managing to just decimate the mob and completely push through. Just destroying Jax there. I don't know what he was waiting for, but he kind of was just sitting in the grass, I think, hoping to pick something up. Teleported down here, I think, to save this turret, and went horribly wrong, and I ended up dying. Fortunately, our allies are up here pushing hard, and that kind of... I wouldn't say it scared them away, but it delayed them from killing the turret right away. Unfortunately, they managed to just completely dominate that turret, but at the same time, if you look down here, our team is steamrolling through their mobs and turrets, and... I mean, just look at that turret, its health drops so fast. Those turrets have 75 armor, 115 magic resist. This inner turret has even more armor and magic resist, and more health. And yet our team just completely just trying to bowl through these turrets and being fairly successful. Oh, my bad, actually. We kind of had a bad engagement there. Oh, Sion had recalled. Let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick, too. If you look at it, Ash is 5-5, I'm 5-8. Tawani is 0-5. Sion with a massive 10-0 lead. Just dominating and shutting down everything. This is probably my favorite part of the match right here, where Sion and I chase down Fizz. Fizz manages to flash, but we managed to get a stun off just so he can't quite get far enough away. With my extra speed, I'm managing to kind of, you know, catch up with him slowly. And I managed to slow him again, actually, too. Sion running and attempting to get the stun. Fizz managing to just get barely out of range of that tornado again.
Blue team double kill.
Apparently blue team just got a double kill, but this is much more entertaining. As you can see, we chased Fizz up from our top turret all the way down to the bottom turret base, and still managed to pick up the kill. Yeah, we lost up there, and I think we end up losing this turret because of that, but, I mean, you gotta admit, guys, that was pretty badass. Like, that was so hardcore, you don't even want to know. Heading up to the middle again to save the turret. You know, I just kind of... The nice thing about Jaina's Tornado, if you guys have never played her, is it's... You pick a direction for it, and it just kind of charges up and then goes there and knocks any enemies in the way airborne, doing a lot of damage too. It's her only big hitter. Her slow, yeah, it does quite a bit of damage, but not near as much as her Tornado, as you can see, just completely wiping out the mage line. And the slow used more for like little pickup kills or anything else. Sion there managing to slay the dragon. Sorry, I missed that. I wasn't paying attention. Managing to slay the dragon, even though Akali was apparently trying to stop him. She's sort of just going for him. She can't find him, though. So she's just kind of chilling in the grass. Once again, our whole team managing to converge on middle. Sion stunning Fizzy might actually pick up another kill here, and he sure does. Sion now 12 kills and 0 deaths. Blue team still ahead in kills in general, though, 29 to 25. Akali sort of wandering around being useless. Fiddlesticks trying to jungle, I suppose. And once again, I think Sion manages to pick up another kill here, if I'm not mistaken. And oh, Super Yes, once again picking up another kill. He's now 13-0. That Sion is just dominating. I want to take a look at his items. He's got Ravenous Hydra and Phantom Dancer. Phantom Dancer, one of the fastest attacking items. Ravenous Hydra, one of the hardest hitting, most lifesteal items. Stinger, with even more attack speed. Boots of Swiftness, just, you know, getting around really fast. Avarice Blade, which you could build into Yomuma's Ghost Blade. I don't know if we actually ever built into that, but it's really useful if he does. As it does give him extra attack speed when activated. But unfortunately, it doesn't do much besides attack speed. It actually gets away the bonus that gives you extra gold per kill, which is another great function of Avarice Blade. Passively gives you more gold per minion kill. Which at this point, it hardly even matters. Sion is just extremely overpowered with 14 kills and 0 deaths. I would say the best on their team was their Jax, or, well, no, probably their Akali, considering she has less deaths, just a lot more mob kills, and some really good items. And we all kind of, you know, setting up for a gank here. Jax is just sort of moving in for some jungling. I think we actually steal this from him here. We sure do. Jax actually just wanting to run away. We didn't spot him right away, and we're like, hey, let's chase this guy down. Managing to hit him, not even slow him. I think I cast the wrong button there, but he gets away anyway, so I was like, well, not worth chasing him down and probably get myself killed. Sion managing to steal the red buff, having both buffs now. This is not a good sign, though, because we have 4 of their team currently moving in on Sion, and he's by himself, cut off. And, oh, he's stunned and, oh, just getting destroyed. Oh, completely dominated. Bell Dragoon stuck in there, manages to push the enemies back, but they're just dealing so much damage. And they're still just chasing me down. I managed to just kind of knock Fizz back. I think he realizes he can't catch me at this point. I was like, hey, I gotta move off to the side and figure something out here. And unfortunately, almost getting sniped by Jax here. I think my teammates managed to save me. Yep, they sure did. Annie and Kha'Zix once again low on health, being, you know, the useless little guy that he is. Maybe gonna pick up some mob kills. Yeah, he certainly did kill most of that mob. Fizz down on the bottom. Not sure what he's doing. He's playing well. He's got some good items, but he's not at the point where he should be. He has almost no mob kills, which means he just hasn't been getting any money. And guys, here's where my movement speed jumped up to above 1,000. Just passing Sion in an instant, even though he's already halfway out through the lane. Just ridiculous movement speed, like, it's so incredible. Just the whirlwind decimating the mobs along with Sion's Ravenous Hydra and AoE lifesteal, one of the best items in the game, in my opinion, if you're a melee character. Like, any melee character can benefit from this. I don't care if your ability power. It just gives you so much attack and so much lifesteal. And it's just good for everything.
That's weird.
So Jaina and Sion, both of us, Josh, Thom, and I, you know, running along, we join up with our roommate Jaden. Kha'Zix here, once again, not exactly sure what he's trying to pull, but not having too much luck. Sion running down, manages to stun, and Fiddlesticks picking up the kill, though. Sion just completely dominating. He's got 2 people just hammering on him, and they're just not doing any damage, and Sion gets a double kill on Jax and Kha'Zix. Without taking hardly any damage, he's got over 3/4 of his life. I've never seen such a fat Sion. He's 16-1. The enemy on their team with the most kills is Jax still. Akali's still doing better in general, though. She has a lot less deaths, a lot more minion kills. She just has more money. you know, hero kills aren't everything. Here's men wanting to take on the Baron. We've got Sion. Janna, I accidentally wasted my ultimate there. That was very clumsy of me. I remember that. That was just kind of horrible. And I was like, hey, why don't we just attack this guy? I'm just going to kind of sit here and shield you guys. And we're not huge hitters. Just kind of, you know, hammering away on the Baron. I think the enemies got wind of it. Annie and Fizz moving up. Actually, just Annie. I think she thought she could take on all three of us here, dealing massive damage to Fellow Dragoon and Sion, but it's all burst damage. Annie has no sustain, so Annie once again goes down, and I actually pick up the kill here. I am 6'9", with 71 mob kills. I am obviously doing incredibly brutal. And Kha'Zix's down here, I mean, he is just going to town on these golems. Like, look at that guy. He didn't ever stand a fucking chance. I mean, look at that bug. Isn't he just the most terrifying enemy you've ever seen? He's obviously going to beat the... He's obviously going to win the game for us. Blue team managing to kill Fiddlesticks and Ashe. Me, I'm just kind of pulling back here. It's like, hey, I have got range on all of you guys. You can't even get up to me. And if you want to run up and attack this turret, be my guest. You are going to get completely pwned. Trust me, I know I am a boss. And I think I actually just die here. Yep. But once again, Sion managing to come in, picks up one kill. Oh, it gave me the kill. I forgot I ignited Jax there. And Super managing to pick up Kha'Zix and Akali again with now 18-1. And I am 7-10, obviously just racking up them kills. I am such a badass. And our top turret here kind of getting destroyed by just a mob, and that's not something you want to see. That means you ignored a mob for way too long. Should have paid a little bit of attention. Annie laying into Sion with all of her abilities, not even taking out a section of his health. Sion just ignoring Annie and destroying this turret. Annie not able to do the damage she needs to, even with the turret helping her. Alright guys, we gotta check this out though. I want to see my movement speed at this point. My movement speed hopping up to... Oh, I teleported this time. I didn't actually go for the ridiculous movement speed, which I still have since I left home base for a minute, but it just quickly fades.
Have you just tried pressing RB?
Sion dominating Fizz, activating his ultimate, just going to town on Kha'Zix again, switching between Akali. The lifesteal, he can't be stopped, guys. He's just invincible. Kha'Zix stunned for so long because of Ashe and Sion's stun. It's getting completely dominated. Jax moving in on Sion. Not able to do the damage. Jaina is just shield Sion. And this is just kind of impressive because Sion is just virtually unstoppable. Going down to just tank this turret. Look at it. Sion just going down and taking the damage for this turret, taking one for the team. And if you guys didn't know, turrets do more damage with each shot, so Sion losing lots of health. And still managing to just completely dominate. Fiddlesticks getting completely owned right there, just because of his own stupidity. He decided to dash in towards a melee assassin character when he's a spellcaster. Never a good idea. Top mob managing to pull its way out of the base, and so does mid. We actually pulled out here for a little while. But, you know, pretty much we've destroyed 2 inhibitors. We've got our super minions spawning. These 2 lanes, middle and bottom lane, are now going to be pushing themselves. We don't have to worry about that. The only one we might have to keep an eye on is top lane, since we've lost all the turrets except for the one right in front of the inhibitor. Not worried about top, because they've got super minions, and they've still got an extra turret that we can sacrifice if need be. Sion sitting in front of the dragon, apparently not attack. Oh, no, there he goes.
Yeah, he is melee focused for sure, but he won when he did his section, but he also reacts.
And we got Jax and Ashe. Ashe getting completely dominated. Decides to throw out her sight, her vision. And then Akali trying to destroy the dragon. Just take it. I believe I get dominated here once again. Just there's so many enemies. 4 enemies! I don't think Sion actually stands a chance here. Wait, what is he doing? 1 enemy's down. Sion kills another enemy. Annie going down so fast. Sion getting ridiculous lifesteal, charging after Kha'Zix. Oh no, Kha'Zix is gonna get away. Though it's kind of amazing. They had 4 of them on Sion, still not able to do any damage or even take him down. Sion being a total boss now with 22 kills and 1 death. Jax, their next biggest killer with 15 kills, but he's got 12 deaths.
He does more damage.
It's completely ridiculous. Sion managing to go back and decides to just finish the job with the dragon.
Yeah,
Sawani slowly jogging in. I'm not sure what she has for movement speed. Let's check it out. Oh, she just has the ninja tabby. I guess that's good, but Sawani moves so slow, guys. Sawani's movement speed is about 385 compared to my 1,000. I don't know. It just stopped showing numbers. It just showed 10 ... because my movement speed got so incredibly high there for a moment, guys. I mean, just look, watch the mini-map. You see how fast other people are moving. Then you see Jaina moving, and you're just like, whoa. Where did that whirlwind come from? Obviously, I've just been so fed that my movement speed is over 9,000.
that's to 1,000%. Over 1,000%.
And then here I am, Jaina being a total boss. Look at me, just harassing him like a pro.
Regularly move across the map.
And blue team pushing the top lane hard, where their inhibitor is not broken. Fiddlestick's fighting with Annie, having to move back because Annie popped her ultimate teddy bear. You guys better fear that damn teddy bear. And trying to take the golem when I realized, oh, there's too many enemies there. I need to get out of here. I was like, maybe I can save my allies, throw a couple tornadoes down. No, this is not happening. I just need to get out of here. Trying to pick off the golem was like, this is not going to happen. I need to get out of here. And I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm pretty sure Akali can just dash and dash all day until I am just gone. Oh, got out of the movement grab. Oh, and Jax jumps and dead. Sion once again being a total boss. Poor Kha'Zix never managing to catch a break. And Sion picks up a double kill against Kha'Zix and Annie, giving him 24-1. He is so fed, the enemies need to just surrender. They can't do anything. Akali managing to pick up Ashe, though. Sion stunning Akali, but he stuns her in her field, so she's just invisible because she can't move. So yeah, she can't move, but she's also not going to die anytime soon. Purple team managing to destroy another turret somewhere. I'm not sure where that was. Oh yeah, I think that was the top turret. Oh no, that was one of the turrets inside the base. Our minions actually destroying the turret for us. Up top, it looks like the minions are about to pick up a turret kill. Also, Akali trying desperately to stop Supermans, but here comes Sion, and I'm pretty sure the match is just over at this point. Sion just being a total boss, nothing able to stop him, and that is just the end. Fizz running in, just straight on trying to take on Sion, and it just did not work. Sion has so much health. He's got 4,000 some health. Managing to Akali stunned in her invisibility field again, once again, making her invisible. Because you just can't see her when she's in there unless she's attacking. If she's stunned, she can't attack. And Kha'Zix just going down again. Annie has apparently given up and bought lots of sight wards to put all over her base with the rest of her money. Because, you know, what else are you going to buy when your team is just lost except sight wards? If you're going to die, you want to make sure you see it coming.